that Scott Drew is used to having.
So Isaac Williams, the fourth, is in. The run out for the Bears, down 9-3. Pass back to Carr, firing for three, and hit. Actually, the third made three. Skilling saves it inbounds. A dunk by Agnew trying to draw the charge. Can't do it, but the ball is stolen away. Carr the other way. The lay-in, no good.
That is a question mark that needs to be answered really fast by Scott Drew. And I know he's been looking for a solution.
Brankovic bounces down low. Shot blocked by Agnew. What a defensive play by Obi Agnew. Ahead to Carr, who drank. Things have been almost all right tonight for UTRGV. Cam Carr, little fadeaway in the clock first half. And Skillings Jr. to Cam Carr, drives in. Shot rolls in. Ball movement around the perimeter, under 10 to shoot. Wild looking. Carr, the alley-oop, and the flush. Baylor players double figure scoring. Carr, levitate. That was McGee with the last bucket. Nice dish. McGee has it stuffed by Carr. Backpedals into three. And Skillings Jr. kicks to Carr, left corner. That one.
You know, players making those contributions, 15,000 to where they come from.
You can foul out when you get to 5 fouls. One of the things they did in that exhibition was you can't foul out. And Indiana won it by 2 over Baylor, 76-74. But their last 9 points were now 55 seconds remaining. Baylor 92, UTRGV 78. Pass to Carr, and there's the
working on his master's engineering degree. There's Carr, 4 on the shot clock. He's got to go. From deep, remember, he's a big-time shooter. Here's Carr from 3. Baylor 2-point lead and the ball. Cam Carr, surrounded, somehow gets it up. The X factor, Bryson Tucker, for this Husky team. Carr created space. Play because of his size. With a hand in his face. Agnew. Cohen, watch out! Oh, and he lost the handle. Nice pass. Powell showing the touch off the window. We're in double figures as they hold off a good Washington Huskies club.
And they've got some dudes, and they've got a great coach in Billy Gillespie.
A peek at that Baylor. Agnew out of the pack, racing across the timeline. The lob and the finish. The defensive pressure by Tarleton State, nothing to sneeze at. Carr finds some space and knocks it away by McDowell. Hicks the lob, another block. Great fake, Carr follows it up with one of his own. The windmill layup did by Ratai. Yesufu, Cam Carr drops the head. 11.
Was it 11? Yeah.
Oh, and Carr. Zell lives to fight another day. Blocked by Carr. Agnew loses 3 defenders. Here's Carr. I was about to say, look.
Iowa will be a big story for Creighton this year. On the drive goes Ratai. Good ball movement here. Driving. Carr lays it in. Guys. Scott Drew sticking with his crew. Turnover. Baylor forced the steal. That was Williams once again. Into the game is Austin Schwartz for Creighton. Carr almost lost the handle. Saves it though. Ratai gives it back to Carr, who powers. Back in transition comes Baylor between the legs. Carr shuffles, lost it, gets it back, blocks. Downs this half. A huge second left. Up top and saves. Guarded by Yesufu. Here is Trout, and it's blocked by Carr. It is all Cameron Carr. Here's Carr on the fly ball. Carr gets it back from Agnew, and here come the Bears. Screening to get Carr open. Trying to shake Sellers. There's his second hit. Agnew in his 5th season of college basketball. Carr from distance, knocked down. Williams with 5 to shoot. Carr way away from the basket. Why not? Why not? Again. Now they're intentional about it, to your point. Finding him.
Did you just see that?
He stops.
Right out.
Carr checked by Jackson on the blow by. Retired. Cut off at the foul line. Back cut. Carr hammers it home.
For now, more room in the paint. Just dominant.
Carr gets the roll.
Oh, a lot of matchups until later on tonight.
Carr hoist. Oh, there's no distance to. All right, off the mark from the corner, and that'll do it. 96.
Finishing off our Wednesday here at the Players Era, and Baylor will have the first possession.
We'll see that one to go. That was a terrific look there.
A 10-0 run. Will it stop here? The year, number 21 in white. He's a good one.
Carr's keeping quiet.
How about that bounce? Soft. 48 points in the 2 games coming into tonight. Simmons patient. He's got it right now. Quick pass over to Agbim. Agbim.
Mistakes like this. Maybe a good thing, actually. You don't get yelled at as much until the next day of film. But can you have a 5-man or essentially a pseudo 5-man? There's another back cut.
Caught. Bird. That stops a 6. Slipping.
Slip.
Carr. Yes.
That's 5-out action.
Carr. Yesufu handles, fires. How about that? Carr disrupted.
Had the roll man, finally got it to him.
And Powell puts it home. For the Aztecs, if Baylor scores here. Blocked by Guam.
Lineup, but with no Dixon Waters and no Miles Bird out on the floor.
Inside wide open. They lost in overtime earlier this year. Long range. Carr. Oh, my. Who brings it up. Heavy pressure. Tapped out, but look at that. It's been that kind of.
Carr has it on the right wing for the Bears. He'll launch a 3. That is good. Trying to. Bears put the ball back in play. Carr in the paint area. Covered up. He'll put it up anyway and hit it.
That's
5 lead for the Hornets. Carr, long range 3. That's too long. Agbim for the Bears on the perimeter. Screen from Caden Powell. Lob down low. Baseline left to Carr. He wheels around his defender. Puts it in. Bears looking to tie or take the lead. That 3:4:05 mark first half. A strip of the ball by Ratai. Scoop it ahead to Carr, who dunks it for 2. Tied at 39. Bears and Hornets. First meeting all time between these two. Sacramento State, they are 4-5 here early in the season. Playing a ton of road games. Oh, the alley-oop!
And a pass on a dime from Agbim.
Prophet Johnson into the corner. Janai Summers. Now to Cameron Carr. Drives on the baseline. Nice drive.
You're going to see a lot of that. Individual play by Williams and Johnson.
Nice pass down low. Caden Powell to down Skillings for Baylor. Pushes it up the floor to Carr. He'll launch a 3. It's good for Carr, the rebound. Tell you what, Lavrinov and Caden Powell are having a battle. Watch those two. There's a layup all the way by Carr.
Responsibility on the Hornets guards, but he's playing with 3 fouls.
Cameron Carr. Agbim looking to drive, can't do so, gives to Carr. Long range 3. Long 3, misses badly. Rebound Carr. Carr, the alley-oop.
Looking underneath for his first point, can't get it. Carr transition. You mentioned great story. Get away off that rim. And Skillings with the offensive rebound sets up Carr, who rallied. But they're going to be in a lot of tough road games this year in that league. The Big 12 is underneath. Team that's one of the most efficient offensively in the early season, thanks in large part to Carr. Boy, this guy Carr. 23 points per game. Dishes. Williams lines it up and drills it. This kid is Recovers in the corner. Good pass to Carr. Oh, it's running! And again, as a reminder, that's not their challenge, so they still have their challenge going forward.
It's an appeal. It's different.
Line drive short, but Baylor gets the O board.
Yusufu, offensive rebound.
Carr can't do just a two-possession game. Baylor throws it away. Barry in the passing lane against Carr. At least 10 seconds left. Carr dribbles it off his foot, regathers. Best three-point shooter on the team. Off the mark right.
Yusufu with the cross-court feed. Carr has filled it up so far early on by Agben. Up top, and the put down. They're not going to be fazed by playing here in Foster Pavilion. Ty gives it up for Carr. Down the baseline. The finger roll goes previously down the floor. Backdoor look. Cameron. Atmosphere in here, and a moment that these kids will certainly remember for a really long time, and may just get them hooked on the sport of basketball or on the Baylor Foster Pavilion. An 6-point lead rather for Baylor. Looking at the back door, and again it's Cam Skillings right on cue, and I think he tried to lay it off the backboard thinking he had somebody follow it, and from McComb. And he has been quiet. That's maybe the one area where Norfolk State could have played better in that first half. And again, Cameron. One more point. Baylor's going to have to get called for a foul for this for the senior out of Waco. And now steal. Agbim takes it away, up ahead. Oh my! Agbim, Carr, and Powell all filling it up today. Carr get a piece of that one. Is perhaps a chance to add to it. In and out, but the putback for Cameron Carr. 19 on the day by Carr, averages just under 22 per game. This game kind of played out like Coach Jones proved to 7-2 on the year. Kicks it back outside to Carr. Carr, the Bears' leading scorer. There's a long three, and it's good. The three by Mike Jones, the freshman from Rockford, Illinois. Bears run it the other way. Whoa, Cam Carr goes for the dunk. He's going to get the
Carr held his ground and created a pathway. The weak side helped a little bit late. Tom's offensive efficiency. The challenge has been defensively, they've taken a step back the last couple of games. Offense, not a problem. And there's Exhibit A.
10 to shoot. Pass into the paint, went for the dunk, contested by Carr. I think that's three. Baylor's 15 of 17 at the line. Alcorn's 1 of 1. Watch out. Carr will jam it home.
It's on it, just couldn't quite finish the play. Now he gets a steal.
Wow, on the defensive end. Here's Carr flying in again. Layup is no good by Jamel Morris. Cameron Carr comes away with a loose ball. In a hurry, Bears have numbers. Later tie brings it up for the Bears. Bounces to Carr in traffic. Wow, juggle.
We've talked about that against high-level competition, and I know it's still early. There's another alley-oop and dunk.
They got pushed out because of the defensive presence and the athletic. Champion. You have former coach of the year, the NBA, as a matter of fact, and our colleague for March Madness, and another
major chip on his shoulder entering this season, and is certainly performing at a high level.
And on cue here, Jared fires up a three and not on the floor. He's coming back as well. Southern very excited to get him back. Just had a block last possession. Carr, beautiful players era in which he was injured, has not been able to return. Three-pointer. We'll talk about it, but now like Cooper Flaherty, who was a year ago. And they're having their way here in the second half against the Jags of Southern out of the SWAC. Jacobs gets himself some room.
23rd in the NBA in scoring right now, about 24 points per game.
Thank you, Jared. Nice. I mean, you see guys are game ready. Here's Carr. Carr, nice to the back.
You know, but I think his play is going to continue to elevate it. But he gets after defensively as well. Moves his feet well. Contest shots. He's got.
Here goes Skillings now. He drives it. He kicks it. Three-pointer. Carr. Good. Another one is.
But at that moment. This crowd's going to be enjoying a doubleheader today here at Foster Pavilion. A skill being as disciplined as Coach Kevin Johnson. And the horn sounds, and the Baylor Bears are 9.
Side to Skillings, nice extra pass to Carr. There's that dunk.
A lot of good shooters over the years.
Yeah.
I'm not sure anyone can shoot it like he
can. Man. Takeaway, and the layup is no good by Davion Allen. Rebound Bears. And Skillings dunking at the other. Isaac Williams, his first career start here at Baylor. Started 17 games.
And a nice pass from the high post. They made it look easy.
There's Carr to the bucket. And fires it up the floor. Powell, the extra pass to Skilling.
Yeah.
Rattles out. Rebound Bears. Carr, drive.
Nice pass.
No look pass. Powell with the finish.
Yeah.
That's maybe higher.
You know, I'm still trying to figure out what that means.
Don't spend the lead by the Patriots to start the game. Carr, the alley-oop. And counting.
Nice play. That's the backdoor cut that we saw earlier.
Right about 50 years ago, Pat.
Okay. Take your word for it.
12 paint points on the day. Baylor has 66 of their 83. Now 67 rebounds with 14 minutes to play in the game. Oh, Carr drops it off. Michael Ratai the rebound. Kirkendall, right corner three. It is good.
Active, he's everywhere. He scores in a number of different ways.
3 attempt left corner, no good by Will Ware. Bears off to. And there's a steal. Gains control, passes to Carr. He'll dunk it for 2 more.